Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James Jimmy Hills. I am the host of Java with Jimmy. Now, do me a favor. For those of you that watched my last interview with Senator Warren, there was a point in there that I forgot to turn on the mute button. So I need everyone in the comments real quick. If you can just tell me if you can hear me. Please let me know if you can hear me so we make sure that all 45 of you that are in here, all 80, all 106. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I guess you can hear me because I don't see any comments saying we can't hear you. So we have a few minutes with the senator. But before we do that, I think it's important. And thank you, Nicole. She says loud and clear. So we're good. I would really like to introduce two people to you for which the senator fights for her, along with Senator Margaret. Miss Nato was already shaking her head. Okay. And I'll be real. I'm a little frazzled, but we'll get them to introduce themselves in just 2 seconds. But our chief medical officer and our chief executive officer are here to talk about the importance and the results of what our senator is doing down in Congress. And so please look, I could have just cheated.
Okay. That's okay. People do that from time to time. Michelle Nato, CEO, House Health. And
yeah, well,
okay.
give it.
So we are so excited here at House Health. We're a federally qualified health center that's actually been in this neighborhood since 1887. We started as a settlement house, and through the need and the evolving concerns of our community that we responded to, we are now a federally qualified health center and have been for quite some time now, serving over 22,000 patients, most of whom live right around the health center.
That was going to be my question. So you're ahead of me.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's one. Anyway, so we are thrilled to have Senator Warren here at our health center today and to be able to tour the facility and show her how our mission comes to life and how she's fighting for us and always been a tremendous champion for us in helping us get the resources that we need to serve our community, most recently with the efforts that she had in Washington, D.C., along with our whole delegation.
Absolutely.
On increasing health center funding for the next year, which is going to make a huge difference here and allow us to serve more patients. We served about 1,400 more patients this year than last year, so it's 22,000. We now have the tools and the staff, who is our greatest asset, to be able to deliver these services.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that.
People
in this year.
Here in the neighborhood.
Yep. And I would presume a large population, Black and brown.
Yep. So about a third of our patients self-identify as Asian, largely Vietnamese.
Yep.
We're the largest Vietnamese American neighborhood in New England. Another third African American or Black, with a growing Cape Verdean population, about 18% Latinx, Hispanic, and 7% white. We also are serving as a refugee health clinic now. And so we have a growing population of folks who are coming from Haiti as well.
Who have been, in some cases, willingly migrated here or migrated here, and then in some cases have been migrated as well. And so we're going to ask our medical director, Dr. Vora. I got it right. I got it right. Can you speak to, first introduce yourself and say hello to the audience, and then speak to, from a medical perspective, how important it is to have these resources, and especially, if you don't mind, in a post-COVID, everything we saw exacerbated in Black and brown communities. How important is it for the work that the senator and the rest of the delegation is doing?
Absolutely. So I'm Monica Vora. I'm the Chief Medical Officer here at House Health. I've been a primary care physician here since 2018. I'm also a member of the Health Equity Compact in Massachusetts.
You are with Dr. Betancourt and Michael and all of
yes.
Shout out to Michael Curry, who's the executive director of the Massachusetts League of Community Health Centers. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
And also Dr. Betancourt, who's very instrumental in the Health Equity Compact.
Very much a national
Yes,
Really
yes.
preaches the gospel all around the country.
It
Yeah.
took me about 3 weeks to chat with him, but he was somewhere out of town, and we're talking about doing some things in June coming up for the
Yeah.
event. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
We got
no,
off a
you're
little bit.
fine. So I have actually been practicing only in federally qualified health centers since I finished my training. The FQHCs are exactly what medical health should look like. When you come into this building, you're not just coming in to see your doctor. You're also going to get help with your enrolling in Mass Health. You're going to get help with a case manager in case you're facing issues around food insecurity or are unstably housed. We screen people for those needs because we recognize that the social determinants of health are often more important than the diabetes and the high blood pressure. Because how can you focus on any of that if you don't have a roof over your head?
It's so amazing. We got to talk to the mayor yesterday around some of the housing issues and whatnot. And that is the most paramount thing, because you can get your health care, but if you're not going home, you can't store your food. You can't practice good sleep hygiene in a place to rest your head. And so we thought it was important to be able to speak to our CEO and our chief medical officer as well about the results of what we're going to talk about what the senator's doing in Washington, D.C. And so as Dr. Vora referred to, the ability to apply for health assurance, we're going to take a quick break and just share some information with you about the Mass Health Connector, and we'll be right back with you in 2 seconds.
For the innovators, the dreamers, the risk takers, independent workers who keep our neighborhoods thriving, Connector Care from the Massachusetts Health Connector has plans for every lifestyle and budget.
Having access to affordable healthcare is for everyone in our community.
Connector Care plans help more people save on healthcare that covers all their needs. Find out if you qualify for Connector Care. Visit mahealthconnector.org or call 1-877-MA-ENROLL.
Thank you. I'll let you go do your work. Thank
Hey,
you.
everybody, we're back with our senator. And again, we want to thank our CEO and chief medical officer. And our senator was like, y'all can stay, but I wanted to check in with her directly. First of all, tell us, I have to ask, as a woman, you're fighting down in Congress and in DC, and there are a lot of things that are fighting against what I perceive as your morals and values. I have to ask you, with all due respect, as Elizabeth, how are you doing?
It's hard, Jimmy.
Okay.
It's hard. But at the same time, it's an honor to have the chance to be in the fight, because I don't win every one of them, but I don't lose every one of them either.
Well, sometimes you may lose a battle, but you're still
But you're
fighting in
still
the come.
That's exactly
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
And you come back and you come back again and you come back again. You know, I know we're going to talk about healthcare particularly today, but I want to make that pitch on student loan debt.
I was going to try to squeeze it in, but you go ahead and do it. Do it. Yes.
Because here's the deal. When President Biden got elected, Congresswoman Presley and I teamed up.
The champions of it.
And I really laid into this to urge him to cancel student loan debt. And he finally did. And he canceled student loan debt for about 40 million Americans. Life transformative. An extremist Supreme Court then says, no, he can't do that. Now, the court is wrong, but they are where they are. So there's nothing we can do about it. So, you know, a lot of people at that point would have just said, well, okay, we tried, but the court won't let us. No, Ayanna and I both came back to the president and said, there's more you can do. And we want you to pick up every tool you can. You know what the president said? President Biden said, show me every tool I've got. And he told his people, pick every one of them up and use them as best you can. And so here's where we stand today on this, Jimmy. 4 million people have seen their student loan debt canceled. It's gone. It's gone. You know, you can see this sometimes. You see things online occasionally. People will post where people actually cry. They say, my balance is zero. I thought that was never going to happen. I thought I was going to die with this. Exactly. And here comes the very best part. It's 4 million so far, and it's tens of thousands more every month. More people are getting scooped in
through those tools.
Exactly. Using those tools. And I love this. We're even building out some more tools. So there's something called, you don't have to get into the technical, but negotiated regulation This summer, some new tools are going to come online. And next fall, people who don't qualify under the current tools, some more of those people are going to be swept in. So to me, that's kind of the whole thing in a microcosm. Did we get everything we wanted the first time? No. But do you just give up then and say, well, I hate this whole thing? No, you come back and you say, okay, what can I get? Because being able to help 4 million people, and as you know, this is disproportionately Black and brown people.
This is something you've been saying from the beginning.
From the beginning, who are getting this help and whose lives are transformed. They get rid of that debt. And
they
now,
can apply it to other spaces.
Exactly. You can take that money and you can use it on a down payment. You say, you know, maybe I can get into a place I own. Maybe I can get into my own home.
Or invest in it as an entrepreneur.
Invest in a little business. You know, one of the things that holds back people who want to start their own businesses the most is student loan debt. Because you might think about it this way. You think, you know, I got this great idea, this little business, found a place I could do it. I got a couple of people who'd help me. You can make all that work. And then you turn around and say, but I got to spend $600 a month no matter what on my student loan debt. I got to spend $400 a month on my student loan debt. I'd be willing to live on the cheapest food, to couch surf, to launch my business. But the student loan debt, I got to pay in cash every month. Once that gets relieved, there are people who say, now's the time for me to try my dream.
It's a level of freedom.
It is.
It's a level of freedom for a lot of people. And so that is a space of equity. That is a space of financial equity and economic impact and some sustainability for those Black and brown folks that are disproportionately impacted. Something else in there. And then I really want to allow you time to talk about the great work that you're doing for health equity, along with Senator Mark. You know about Walgreens and all of them up here. So did you finish everything in reference to the loan?
It was
Go ahead.
just to say on your point, because you asked the right question to begin with. How do you feel about this? It is an
I just
honor to
realized
be
you
able
went
to
right
do that.
into work.
Exactly. But it's the work
that
drives.
I was going to say that drives that food.
That is
fuels
the
you.
reward.
Okay.
The opportunity to do this. But I appreciate your asking.
Yes, ma'am. We have to, that's just everything that I do. You, Michelle, Ayanna, that are often, I was going to say persecuted, but not persecuted, but just a lot of interesting commentary, a lot of fights. But again, you're in it for the war. So we want to, and y'all make sure you send support, put love in the comments and all that for our senator. And so, Senator, one of the other things that you've championed is this piece for our health centers here in the district, to have more support in the community healthcare space. And I love what Dr. Vora said about the community healthcare model is the model. We have all of this push for change. Why did you push for this? And what do you see as the benefit to not only your district, but just across the nation in making this happen?
So this community and our communities around Massachusetts that are the most underserved are the ones where I'm trying to put the most resources in, and particularly in health equity. If you don't have your health,
you can't get, but we have to, we're in the best medical environment.
Yeah, the best medical, but it's not available for everybody. And we all understand that. But the community health model, it is the model. This is our best model anywhere in medicine.
Yes, ma'am.
So think of it this way. You walk in the front door here at Dot House, you walk in that front door and they're here to help you, whatever kind of problem you've got. So this is not only about, you know, your tummy hurts or you need a primary care physician or you need somebody to check out the baby. It's time and you got to start with your vaccinations. They're also here to do dental care.
Yes.
Do you know that?
And eye care as well, too, right?
And I was just going to say they do eye care. They fill, you and me both, friend. They fill prescriptions. They teach, but they go beyond this. So it's all the parts. And by the way, you don't have to come here for everything to get access to some of it. So if we got anybody out there who says, you know, I have a doctor, I don't want to give up my doctor. Okay, I get that. But boy, I'm having trouble with my teeth. I can't see very well. I sure could use some help there. You can come here to Dot House. They'll take you in and they'll get you an appointment to get your eyes checked. They get you an appointment to get your teeth checked. You got a prescription you need to have filled, especially with these places closing. You can come here. But they do more than just that. That's treating the whole person medically, but they go beyond that. You want to know my favorite part?
The life skills or the wellness?
Yes. They teach little kids to swim. Look
So,
at your face.
but only because I'm connected with the Boston Waterfront Coalition, and with the population that they mentioned, we know that a lot of Black and brown folks, it's a misnomer belief that there isn't swimming, or they're not pushed
That's
to
right.
swim. And so I think that is so important, Senator, to talk about the ability, and it's also beneficial for exercise. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Beautiful pool. It's community. It builds it. It gives kids opportunities. And
Oh,
gives
so they
them
have their
more
own
experience.
pool.
They
They don't.
have their own pool here, my friend. They've got their own gymnasium here. Kids come here and they play basketball. Oh, and down in the basement, they've even got their own music studio. So this is a place to come. It's about a community. So yeah, it's about filling out all the forms and making sure you got your mass health
Yes.
and making sure that you've got access to everything you've been entitled to. Oh, and I want to do one more
Go ahead,
quick
go ahead.
commercial right now.
Go ahead.
And that is, it is tax season. So you can do right now something called direct file. I've been fighting for this forever. You know, the average person spends 9 hours and $150 to go to some place like H&R Block or TurboTax to get their taxes filled out. I've been after the IRS for years.
Well, you really should be running some of the
just-
IRS, but go ahead.
Oh yeah. Just to say, let people file directly online. And finally, this year, the IRS has set up 12 pilot states, and Massachusetts is one of them,
All right.
where if you have just regular, what's called W-2 income, that is salaried income,
Yes.
or you're living on Social Security, or you've got unemployment, or you don't have any income at all, you can go online and file your taxes directly. And why is this important? Many people are entitled to tax refunds and tax rebates, but they don't get them if they don't file. So you can do it yourself right now by going to directfile.irs.gov, directfile, all one word, you got it, directfile.irs, that's all right, .gov. If you go there directly, they ask you some questions online. You can answer the questions. About a third of Massachusetts is eligible. It's mostly people of more modest incomes,
Yep.
not fancy tax returns. And you, if you're entitled, get your tax rebate. You get your tax rebate, you get your tax refund. But here's the best part. If you don't like doing it yourself and you feel a little not so sure about this, Dot House is running
Prepares taxes
tax
too.
seminar
There's the whole
3 days a week. This is a full service place here. I'm telling you.
comprehensive
Yep.
care, not
Yep.
just health care, but comprehensive care.
Comprehensive.
Senator, you have to leave. The team is there. I want to shout out Ruby and Ellen and others as well that have
They
been,
are
it's been so,
fabulous.
Ellen she's
Ellen's
awesome. I
good.
like hanging out with her.
She's good. Yeah.
But last thing I want to ask you
Yeah.
to think about, and maybe if we hear you testifying one day in Congress about it, I came up with this term at BC School of Nursing a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about prostate cancer. And I talked about medical capitalism.
Yeah.
So that's something I just want to leave with you to just maybe think about, because a lot of even if you have insurance and whatnot, there's some limitations that people have. And so I just wanted to mention that, but
Yeah.
I want to stay in good graces with the team, and we have to get you out of here, Senator.
Alrighty.
And so I appreciate you. Everybody could hear us this time. We got the volume on, so I appreciate you. And thank you, Senator.
Appreciate you.
So much. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back with you. And please look at this commercial around prostate cancer. And again, Senator, thank you so much.
I'm a very sensitive person, and I feel the pain of my people. They know me, they call on me, and I assure them that I'm not a provider, but I am one who cares. I always say to them, well, it's better to know than not to know, because if you know, you can do something about it. Think about the loved ones around you. Think about the ones that love seeing you come through that door. Take the step and get tested. That's it.
Save lives and get screened for colon cancer. For more information, visit boston.gov/cancer.
Hey, everybody, we are back and we're going to wrap up and get ready to go. I really appreciate the senator coming in and chatting with us today, her whole team. Bye, Ellen. It is so important that you go like and follow Java with Jimmy across all platforms. Also, in the vein of healthcare, we are asking you to save the date for May 11th, 2024. We're doing the 3rd annual Joseph Betancourt Health Fair, where we'll have all type of partners with MGH, other wellness partners, partners from BMC, and different wellness and healthcare providers and insurance. So please keep that date open, May 11th, 2024. Thank all of you for tuning in today. Don't forget to tune in on Monday, April 8th, 2024. Many of you are aware that we have renovations and this plan for White Stadium in the Franklin Park, Roxbury area. Well, the owners of the soccer team that is proposing to work with the city will be live on Java with Jimmy this Monday at 9 a.m., also with a member of our community as well. So please plan to join us for a conversation with the owners that are working, looking to work with the city of the soccer team that's potentially coming to Roxbury. Please join us Monday at 9 a.m. Thank all of you for tuning in and have a great day, and we shall talk to you soon. Peace.